Oh, on a scorching, boiling, record-setting heat wave here in California, the home of the drought here in the U.S. I thought I'd finally tell you that we finally got things back up and working. Another update that messed things up, and part of the equipment is broken, so I kind of got it to work, and the video continues. Let's go right into the Earth news. It looks like one of the ways you can tell whether food shortages are on the way or not is whether the food goes up in price. Since 2000, food in general around the world has gone up 2.8%. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you can remember, Russia from 2000 to 2011 had an extraordinary heat wave which disrupted the food supply in Russia. Their grains went to minus. In other words, they didn't have enough for the people. And it ended up having several food riots. That was just a tiny little, that was small compared to what's coming. A lot of the science is saying that the 100-year disasters we used to have are now 30-year disasters as our climate continues to heat up and warm up and fill up with CO2. The next food shortages will be in rice, wheat, maize, and soybeans. Those are all going to become shortages pretty soon. From present to 2050, the world's population will increase to where they will need 60% more resources. That includes food, fresh water, that type of thing. Isn't here. Or let me tell you why. Okay, last year they started a program called the Earth Overshoot Program, and that's where humans use up more materials and foods and supplies than the Earth can supply in a year, and they tell you the dates. Well, last year it was October. This year, August. We're already needing another planet's worth of food, and we haven't finished up this year's yet. It's getting bad, people. That's all I can tell you. And humans don't even care because they're not paying attention. The CO2 has doubled in amount just since the 1970s. And we knew about CO2 buildup back then. We knew it in the 60s. I was part of the original Earth Day. Let's talk about heat waves since it's so damned hot. We're in record heat again. So far this year, there's almost been 700 deaths from heat alone. 92 are in Egypt as of counting with their heat wave. They've lost 92 people and have 600 in the hospital with heat stroke and other problems with heat. And then we have the big heat wave in Pakistan, which killed 800 people and put over 7,000 people in hospitals, if they could find them. Sorry about all the sweat, it's just too hot. You couldn't imagine. All the forest fires around the area, all the smoke came in. And so it's very smoky, it's very dry, and very hot for here. But in August and September, this is when California does get their normal heat wave. It's just that everything's so dry from the drought, it's just making things worse. And for the last thing I wanted to talk to you about was the problem that the scientists have warned us about, and that's not taking oil out of the Arctic. They say if we bring oil out of the Arctic, it will increase the CO2 amount to where the temperatures on the planet will reach 5 degrees above what we are now. Right now we're trying to keep it below 2 degrees Celsius, below what it is now. That's what these new carbon goals of the world are trying to do, is trying to get, but nobody at all is being serious, because we have to cut 70% of our carbon use every year consecutively for several years just to get to where it will be that 2 degrees. We're not going to make it. They're saying if we don't do anything, we'll be at 5 degrees above sea by the time 2050 gets here. Right now we're suffering from 1 to 3/4 of a degree in temperature increase around the world, and temperatures are soaring already. And don't forget, we're lagged because we're way behind the CO2. CO2 comes up and then the heat comes up several years later. We're just now starting to feel the early CO2 We haven't even gotten to today's CO2 feelings yet. I can't imagine 5 degrees above C. I can see easily reaching, 135 degrees in the hot spots. You should see how hot it is in Arizona right now here in the U.S. 115 to 127 degrees. All right, I don't want to bring just nothing but constant bad news for you. So what I wanted to do was I found a video, a really good video. It's good news. It makes you feel good afterwards, and it just shows how smart and intelligent our other life forms are on this planet. Please go down and watch the video and make sure they thumbs up that video, because doing good deeds needs to be thumbs up whenever possible. All right, and if I drop out for a while, it's just technical problems. I have old equipment, old programs, and these new updates really ruin everything, and you have to get in and figure out what got updated and get rid of it, and then things come back. And thank you for all your comments and the ups and the downs and the new subscriptions. I really do appreciate that. Until next time.